Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Muscatine Today show. Sorry, Larry's distracting me already. I'm going to totally blame it on him. It's Monday. It's definitely a Monday. It's still Monday, and I think it's going to be Monday for a while.
At least a whole day.
At least, yeah, great. So we're out here at Hy-Vee, like always, talking about all the great things in Muscatine. We want to thank our sponsors, of course, Hy-Vee, Unity Point, Trinity here in Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Performance, which Autumn will be here later this week. Actually, yes, Autumn's here later this week. Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus. Right next door over here at Impact Life Blood Center, which is the old Mississippi Valley Blood Center. For those of you that don't know, haven't caught the name change, just right over here to the, I'm going to say left of Hy-Vee, but actually now that I say it, if you're looking at the front of Hy-Vee, it's to the right.
It's going to be right.
It's my left, stage left, right?
Stage left.
Stage left. And of course, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, which Greg we'll be talking to Greg soon, hopefully. A couple of cool things that have happened in Muscatine over the last week, just to touch on. Of course, L&M's graduation was yesterday. Everybody should have their graduation edition, so you can see all the local graduates from Muscatine, L&M, Wilton, West Liberty, and Durant. So there's like 600 kids, I think. Great sponsor list that helps us do that. We literally put it in every mailbox in Muscatine County, plus each one of the schools gets 2 to 3 copies of it per kid to give out at graduation. So that's something we're happy to do every year, and I love it. But 2 big awards came out from Muscatine last week. Eddie Jagu from Jagu Import and Export on 2nd Street won the Iowa Small Business Association Exporter of the Year Award, which he was able to go up and meet with Governor Reynolds, got a cool plaque. But for those of you that don't know, he actually exports American-made food and things to West Africa, as well as bringing in African products for that population here. Great local story. And then the other one is Charlotte Shaffer, our friend from the Community Foundation, was recognized as an Iowa Public Health Hero. So I think what we're going to do is try and get her on the show. I think we'll maybe talk to maybe Niels or somebody, see if we can get a cape made for her, maybe some sort of helmet, crown sort of thing, and get her own little, public health hero costume. And I'm gonna guess superhero, absolutely. And I'm gonna guess when Charlotte sees this, she'll be sitting there watching, cringing, thinking that I will actually do that to her, and probably will never come on the show again. But that's the last handful of days in Muscatine, folks. This morning we have Larry here with us. Larry from Hy-Vee runs the hiring of Hy-Vee. For lack of a better, I don't know what your official title is.
Human Resource Manager.
Okay, that would be too easy, right? But
resourcing humans.
That works. And you oversee not just this store, of course, but what all do you oversee and what do you take care of?
So I'm the Human Resource Manager for all of Muscatine, for the big store here in Muscatine, and then Muscatine Main Street downtown, and then we have connected to Muscatine Main Street downtown. A lot of people don't realize there's actually 4 satellite pharmacies in Wapello, Columbus Junction, West Liberty, and Durant as well. So that's kind of all under the Main Street umbrella. So I take care of those stores as best we can, and lots of people.
Here's the analytics question of the day. How many employees do you guys have? I'm always amazed when I hear how many there really are.
So currently, not as many as I'd like, but currently...
which is why you're here.
Which is why I'm here. Currently, both stores combined, we're around 600.
Yeah, so. Which, you stop and think about Muscatine's 22,000. So, short of the large manufacturers...
we're a big employer.
You guys are as big as it gets.
Yeah.
What I love is you guys have always been a part of the community, and those 600 people are all understand what it takes to have Hy-Vee be successful in town, and that's being a part of the community, right?
Sure.
And I know, just even from the managers I work with, Phil, Schliesman and Mike Church. I mean, for crying out loud, Mike Church, he's related to half the town. I mean, he's related to my wife, and I mean, that's just what Hy-Vee is, right?
Right. Yep.
It's not just this big grocery store, it's all the people that make it up. So you've got some slots to fill. Like, I was looking at his note card earlier of the departments he needs some help in.
I should have just put everything.
And like, literally, I'm looking at it and I'm going, dude, this is all your departments, isn't it? So
Close, yeah.
So you've got a hiring event coming up on Wednesday, correct?
Yes, Wednesday at 4 o'clock. It's going to be 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And it's like an open interview session.
Okay.
So you can just come in. We're going to have a bunch of people ready to do interviews right on the spot and go from there. So we still have, as usual, our Hy-Vee.com careers. You can go put your application in there. I have all the different jobs listed in there. And you can do that and then come to the open interview as well. That actually will speed up your process if you already have an application in. But yeah, so it's a big event on Wednesday at 4 p.m. That's going to be here at the big store, or food store as we call it.
Gotcha.
The big Hy-Vee.
The Second Avenue, the one out by the bypass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're going to have 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and hopefully get a whole bunch of people. So, I mean, I'm looking for a lot of people in our basically every department: meat department, lawn and garden, dairy, our fast and fresh gas station out there needs some people. Wahlburgers needs some people as well. We need some cooks. We need some dining room attendants. High Chai down the row there, and then
High Chai. What's High Chai?
High Chai. That's Chinese.
That's
now.
Chinese.
Yes.
Okay.
It's no longer called Asian or Chinese. It's High Chai, which is what everybody called it anyway. So the company was like, you know what? Let's just call it High Chai because that's what everybody calls it.
That works.
And then the deli. I mean, everywhere. Checkers, courtesy as well.
Speaking of High Chai, we have Mr. Scott walking by who told me this morning he was rolling sushi.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing that people don't. I don't know if people know it or not, but I don't think as many people know it as I can. Like, there's real sushi here. Like, and it's good. Like, it's not like, and actually, can't you get, this is gonna sound crazy, can't you get sushi out at the gas station?
So they make it here, and they have some out there too. Yep.
So like normally I would be like, gas station sushi, not probably my thing, right?
Not your standard gas station sushi.
Yeah, but this is obviously not that. you know, like, so I mean, think about it, like, you can literally just like dive in off the bypass, it like 2 turns, park, sushi, lunch, out. Like, where else can you do that? I mean, it's kind of crazy.
And it's good. It's good stuff.
So
it's a fine art making sushi.
Yes, and I cannot. I tried once, and it was a disaster. We'll just leave it at that. We'll just totally leave it at that.
So you're not going to apply for the?
No. Okay. Scott's on his own. I'll film Scott making it, and we can make some. We can maybe make some like instructional videos on how to make your own.
I suppose
we could do that, but I'll hold the camera.
It's just way easier to just go over and get it.
Totally.
Already made it.
Yeah, here's the instructions for sushi in Muscatine. Walk to the Hy-Vee counter, pick up, check out. Always remember to check out.
That's good, yes.
And then eat. Like, it doesn't get any easier than that.
And I like the eat part.
Yeah, I'm
pretty much wherever in the store.
So the event on Wednesday, early evening.
Yes.
It's here at the store. What will it look like? Where will they go? What can they expect?
So you come in, go to customer service if you want, but we're actually going to be upstairs here.
Okay.
So we'll have some signage where it'll kind of just guide you right up the stairs, and we'll have somebody waiting for you to assign you with one of the people that we have interviewing. So it's not just going to be me. I got some other people jumping in to help. I think even the boss man's going to jump in and help us a little bit. So because we're hoping to have quite a
are you that
crowd? So.
Are you in that need of help that you're going to let him do that?
We're going to let Matt do it. Well, I mean, he's pretty good at it. He hired me, so.
All right.
I mean,
all right. Fair enough.
That's not the only reason he's good at it. I'm not. I might be a little bit biased.
Maybe a little.
No, but I want to talk to about some of the benefits with Hy-Vee, because a lot of people don't know. So one of the cool things that Hy-Vee does is we have our employee discount, right? And everything's going up in price, right? So whether it's gas and food and all of it, right? So we get every Hy-Vee employee actually gets a 10% discount, and it's on most everything in the store. It doesn't count on alcohol and tobacco and like customer service stuff, check cashing, lottery.
Right.
A discount on lottery would be something. Right?
Basically, pretty much anything you can put it on.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much everything we can. And then, but it's a really cool program because, and especially like high school kids and stuff, I always tell them in orientation, I'm like, well, I assume that you're already your parents' favorite. But if you're not, you will be now because you get to add one person to your employee discount, mom or dad or whoever you can add, and they will also get that discount even if you're not with them. And it's not just Hy-Vee Muscatine, it's or Muscatine Hy-Vee, it's any Hy-Vee in all 8 states that we're located. So if you're in Kansas City and you go to Hy-Vee, you're going to get your employee discount.
I'm doing some math here. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not a part-time employee.
Hey, I'll hook you up, man. I know someone.
Yeah, you know a guy, right?
I know
you
a
got
guy.
a guy. You got a guy for that.
I got a guy.
So, what does working at Hy-Vee look like? So, the one thing that I've noticed, Hy-Vee has made a concerted effort over the last, I'm going to call it 3 to 6 months, to let the community and their employees know how they feel about them. I'm sure everybody's seen the commercials with Pink's song, talking about their employees and how much you value them. And, I'll say this, we're in the store. I'm in the store almost every day. I mean, even the weekends.
I feel like I see you most days.
Yeah, I mean, and the one thing I'll say is I get it. Is it perfect? No place is perfect.
Sure.
That would be crazy to think. But, I see you guys as managers working your tails off to support your team. You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, is it perfect every time? No, of course not. You know what I mean? But more often than not, there's no question about the effort. There's no question about, Jake's walking around. Seriously, there's 3 managers here right now in my eyesight working on getting things going, right?
Right.
So that's always something that's amazed me is just how much management works, which it sounds crazy, but it's always cool to watch from the outside looking in because I've got kind of a unique perspective on seeing you guys. So what, say somebody comes in for an interview and it goes well, okay?
Yep.
Let's assume that everybody out there in Muscatine knows how to do a solid interview and does well.
Okay.
What does the hiring process look like? How soon can they be working? How soon can they be up and rolling?
Okay, so once the interview is done and let's say we're going to move forward and offer you the position, then it's really just a matter of some computer stuff and then an orientation. We do an in-person orientation. I will lead that. It's only 2 to 3 hours. Used to be like a 7-hour thing, but we discovered that after a couple hours, they really just want me to be quiet and they want to go. They want to go home. So we kind of hit all the important stuff, all the highlights, and go from there. But so we do an in-person orientation, and then usually there's some computer training that needs to be done. Not maybe a shift of that or whatever.
Gotcha.
And then it's getting into your department and getting your hands dirty and learning from one of the experienced ones in the department and going from there.
So that's the nice thing is it's not this long process. I know some companies okay, we're gonna offer you a job, and then 2 weeks later you get a letter saying, hey, we're gonna offer you a job next week, and then you get that. You know what I mean? Some places it can be this long, drawn out thing.
Right.
But for you guys, you've got it down to science. It's almost like you've done it at least 600 times recently in Muscatine, right? And so, you can go from not working to working pretty quickly.
Yeah. For sure.
What part-time, full-time?
So we actually do have a couple of full-time positions open that are our Wahlburgers manager. We need a Wahlburgers manager. If you're interested in that, that's again Hy-Vee.com, or call the store and ask for me as well. That's fine too. And then we're actually looking for a manager for the Hi-Chai department as well. And so there is a couple of the full-time opportunities here, but most everything we have right now is part-time. And right now we have It's a great time because everybody's graduating, right? So it opens up people that can work more. And that was something too I wanted to talk about, is that, Hy-Vee is awesome at being flexible with all the kids that we have. I have people that work 1 3-hour shift a week. And that's okay, right? That's what they're available. They're very active in school or whatever. We have the college kids coming back. Some of them graduating and moving on. My daughter just graduated, UNI, not to promote her, but and I'm sad. I'm a little bit sad because she worked at Hy-Vee as well, but she's moving on now, and it's going to make me sad to take her out of the system, but I have to do it. That's this time of year is exciting because we have lots going on, because we also have our lawn and garden centers open out there, right? And then we are doing all of the concessions for the city of Muscatine.
I was gonna ask if that was on the agenda.
Yep. So we have, Kent Stein, all the ballparks, soccer fields, and then when the aquatic center opens up here shortly, we'll be in charge of that as well. So a lot of the younger ones, high school age and college age that are coming back, love to get in the concessions, and it's fun to work. You can wear your shorts, and it's just a fun atmosphere to work in. So that's always a good time to do that, and now's the time to get in and get those jobs.
Yeah, well, and what I love about it is, when I was younger, let's not say how long ago, but let's just say it may not have been this store that all my friends worked at, right? So I worked at the Y, but a lot of my friends worked, David Hammer, Brian McNally, for crying out loud, all worked at the old Hy-Vee store over in the mall parking lot.
Yes,
right?
That's before my time.
That's,
I'll take your word for it.
Geez, holy cow. I graduated in 97, so we're probably talking 92, 3. So they were able to start fairly young. Like, how old do you have to be to actually work here?
So a lot of the jobs are 16. It's gotcha. 16 and up. But last year, for the first time in years in Muscatine, we did start hiring under 16. So 15 and 14-year-olds. So 14 is the absolute minimum.
Right.
They can only work, we hire them as courtesy, gotcha. Which is upfront bagging and all that. But we did also we've opened it up a little bit where they can also go out and work in lawn and garden. They can also work gotcha. In concessions. It just limits, the 14 and 15-year-olds have a limit of what they're allowed to do.
Well, and that's, that's even some state guidance, and that's you guys, and that's, because I remember I started teaching swim lessons at like 14, 15, and there were things I could do, things I couldn't. Right. But the one thing that I loved about that, for me personally, because this show is all about me, people, in case you haven't figured that out.
That's why I'm
Muscatine,
here.
Forget it. No, it's not. But it gives kids, like you talked about, the super active ones, even if they're only working 3-6 hours a week, if they're working side by side with somebody like Del Wagner, imagine the amount of life experience they're going to get. Like, it's just a different perspective. It's responsibility, it's reward, it's things like that that really complement school stuff. And for having a broad, well-adjusted kid, a little work, a little school, a good mix goes a long way. And here it's not like they're out detasseling, for crying out loud. Like, I don't even know if detasseling is still a thing. I'm sure it is, but you know what I mean. Like,
that's hard work,
right? It's safe. It's you're around the community. You get interaction with people. Yeah. You learn how to interact with people not through a screen, right?
Right.
Which is critical.
For sure.
Is there anything else we should know about work? I feel like I want to come work at Hy-Vee. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Again, I know a guy.
Is there anything else people should know?
So I get asked a lot about my time with Hy-Vee, and I'm one of the unusual ones in my position that didn't start with Hy-Vee at 15 and work their way up, right? I came from outside the company 5 years ago, and so I was a steep learning curve, right? And I had not worked in a grocery store, so I had to kind of learn everything. And what I've found with Hy-Vee is, number one, they do care. They care about their employees. I care about my employees. And I think the whole process of starting when you have a teenager, right, a young teenager, it's such great experience just to be in a job in the community, interacting, like you said, not on their phone, right? Interacting interpersonally with people. And I think it makes such a huge difference. And we have this rule. Hy-Vee has a staple, right? Greet every customer. So that's a Hy-Vee rule. That's not a Muscatine Hy-Vee rule. That's a Hy-Vee rule. So if you're an employee and you're in uniform and you're in the store, you greet every single customer you come to, right? Yep. For me, that's not hard because I'm outgoing, you know. But some of these young ones that come to me and they're real shy, right? That I've seen them just blossom, right? Next, you give them a couple months and they are outgoing and talking to everybody.
Well, you know what's crazy? So for me as a lifeguard, I was the early morning lifeguard at the Y, right?
Right. So
4:45 to 8:30 in the morning before I went to school, I was the lifeguard, right? Junior and senior year. And here's what's crazy. The guys that came into the whirlpool became like mentors for me.
Sure.
And what's crazy, so like John Becky, who's one of the show sponsors.
Right.
I mean, I played baseball with his son, yeah, but like I remember sitting around with his brother Marty and like Jim Wester from Wester Drug. And like, you sit and you look at the guys in the eating breakfast in the morning.
Right.
It's the same kind of thing. Like, and I mean, I know I've seen like my son when he was smaller, he's 10 now, but like he had cashiers that we had to go to. These
Sure.
are, Michaela was like, he would find her, right?
Right.
And she's still stayed in contact every once in a while, just like, because we were sort of family friends, whatever, eventually. And like, but that's the kind of thing you can get being in public. I mean,
Sure.
just being out and around, you get relationships that you could have never had before. Are you ready? Was that Jessica's over here coughing. I didn't.
Is that
I thought we were still waiting for Greg. I didn't.
Is that the equivalent of the Oscars playing the music? Like,
I think so. Like I was. Okay, well,
You're stuck
we've got
because it's National Barbecue Day. You didn't say anything about it.
I'm
National
sorry, I didn't know.
Barbecue Day, right now.
Well, it's National Barbecue
I'm
Day.
embarrassed for both of you.
Sorry, I was so excited about getting people to work at Hy-Vee that
Dave, look at everybody.
So, do we?
Am I too tall?
Do we have?
Here, let's do this.
Let's just.
Well, then you'll look taller.
No, I'm still shorter than you.
Tippy toes. Wait. Here we go. Wait.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
I'm
Larry,
gonna
good to see you.
let Dave take over.
Yep, absolutely. And here's the thing, I'll be honest, barbecue sounds way more exciting than work. I'm just going to say that.
When's the hiring thing?
Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
Dave will be here.
I'll be here, maybe.
So it's National Barbecue Day, which I did actually know that, and it was on my notes. Anyway.
I was
This
just
is what
teasing
happens
Larry.
well, and here's the thing. This is what happens when you get the B team host. Let's be real, right? So, what are you doing for National Barbecue Day?
Well,
I feel like you should be doing something.
We
right?
are. We're doing something great. So right now we have our homemade smoked pulled pork on sale for $6.99 a pound.
Gotcha.
We've got that, or you can get a dinner for $6.99 with 2 sides
Wow.
for lunch today.
Miss, guess what we're having for lunch?
Well, then Thursday, we have a huge BOGO sale. So we have BOGO breakfast. Buy any breakfast, you get one free. And then we also have our huge jumbo tenderloins that everybody loves.
Yep.
Buy one, get one free.
I don't know how. I've lost scale.
Depends who you
huge.
ask. Depends who you ask. What
Yeah,
size
they're
is.
like, I just consider them as big as my head. So
Same.
what else is going on? I mean, like, you don't have just barbecue day stuff, right?
No. This
what
whole
else?
week is full of stuff. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're having a truckload sale out in the parking lot. We're going to have that going on. That's huge. And then we also
What's going to be in the truck?
all kinds of stuff. I can't tell you anything that's in it, but it's going to be huge.
It's secret.
Secret.
I'm sure they'll tell you at some point. Like, they aren't going to just like have you drive up, give them money, and just maybe you get who knows what. You'll get to know.
Or we might.
It sounds like a Schweitzer thing.
Matt's up to no good.
Yeah.
But no, everything's going well. I've been here about a month now.
Yeah. So you've been on the show in the month. So Dave came in to help. Like, what all do you oversee? Like,
So everything
I think I can
from-
almost describe it, but I don't think I'd get it right.
Best way to describe it is anything in prepared food is
Right.
my fault.
Fair enough. That's kind of like, the show's my fault. When we don't cover barbecue.
Exactly,
Right? Yeah,
exactly.
I'll take it.
But no, so everything from the restaurant, Wahlburgers, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to rotisserie chickens, to the meals ready to eat.
Speaking of Wahlburgers, real quick. something about the Wahlburgers promotions blows my mind every time I hear it, and that's kids eat free. I feel like you can shout that from the mountaintop until parents really own that information. Because, like, here's the thing, I've heard it 100 times, but like when you really stop and think about that, having your kids eat for free, that's kind of like an easy dinner decision.
It's
right?
fantastic.
So
I mean,
how does it
really.
work?
So, just like last night, we went through a drive-through. We were coming back from a track meet. It was my two kids, my wife and I, and it was $60 through a drive-through. Had we came here, and I should have just came here, we could have spent $30 and fed all of us even more food, cooked fresh to order food, never frozen food, and had a better experience.
So is there
My
like
wife's fault.
So now the fault changes, I see. Selective fault assignment.
Well, that's what it's all about, delegating, management.
Yes, delegating. Yes.
Deflecting.
So when can people do that? Like, is it certain days of the week? Is it?
It's on the weekends right now.
It's on the weekends right now. Because I know, like, originally I think it was Wednesdays or something. But basically, weekend, you count on Wahlburgers being at least one of the meals. I mean, 'cause-
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Well, and the same thing on Thursday. So now with BOGO breakfast on Thursday, that's the day to re-experience our breakfast. I mean, just looking at the pictures that are on the menu board, that's actual breakfast items that we prepare here. Those are our pictures from our people.
Right.
So, I mean, it's going to look like that. It's going to taste fantastic.
And I don't know if this is the best promotion for your breakfast, but look at me. I eat breakfast here very regularly. As you can tell,
Maybe that's a bad idea.
As you can tell, I enjoy breakfast. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, who doesn't? I mean, it's perfect. Whether you just want a cup of coffee, we have Starbucks. We have our fresh brewed coffee right here also. I mean, we make fresh orange juice every day.
Yep, like you can literally watch it.
Yep. And the smell when that comes through that machine,
yeah.
it's fantastic.
It's legit.
And I did learn that the uglier the orange, the better the juice. So, like if you were picking out oranges to take home,
I feel like that's probably not a marketing thing.
It isn't, but it gives it a better, fresh,
I'm in.
sweet, juicy flavor.
Awesome. Well, cool.
I can
Anything
get you a
else?
sample.
Afterwards.
We have vodka back there too.
A little early for that, but maybe this
Is it?
afternoon.
It's like 10 something.
You on East Coast? It's like 9:40.
It's close. You got to round up.
I didn't talk that long. I mean, sorry, Larry's an enjoyable conversation.
What?
Yeah, it's probably the first time he's heard that in a while. So with that, I mean, I think that's our show for the day. Is there anything else that you want people out there to know?
No. Basically, really, the biggest thing is we're set up to do a whole bunch of tenderloins on Thursday, and I need your help.
Easy breezy. You heard it. Thursday, tenderloin, Hy-Vee. Do it.
Come get some.
You'll regret it if you don't. So with that, everybody, thank you for joining us this morning. Don't forget to stop out if you're looking for a job Wednesday at 4 for the open interviews out here at Hy-Vee. And with that, we will see you tomorrow.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.